Hey everybody, it's Master Gallengeist here, bringing you my review of the latest episode of Rick and Morty's Thanksploitation Spectacular. And I thought this was an okay episode. I wasn't completely bored or completely hated it. I'm just like, okay, because it seems like we have now started to get into the realm of just you getting an escalation problem of just taking certain things and just be like, all right, because we're going through here and the episode opens and we see Rick and Morty pretty much trying to get the Declaration of Independence because there's a treasure map on the back. They pretty much use a laser kind of thing to kind of blast through, and he's like, okay, I need you to hold that, Morty, so that way I can like go through this. And Morty's like, why don't we just use the beam to go through it? And he accidentally laser beams through pretty much everything that represent like big cornerstones that represent America, getting through like all this stuff before hitting the Statue of Liberty and revealing it to be some kind of steam-powered mecha Trojan horse thing that the French devised. Like, oh, okay. And evidently, it takes on New York and pretty much New York gets taken over by the French because it was a Trojan horse. Of course, this sets them on another path with fighting with the president again, and they're pretty much surrounded by an anti-portal thing, which then sets off this whole chain of events where it, for some reason, is trying to combine the 4th of July shit with Thanksgiving, and that Rick's idea is to get pardoned by turning himself into a turkey, and seeing the convoluted shit that goes on between him trying to outthink the president and the president trying to outthink him, as like Summer and his vice president are both going to like Rick and the president be like, why don't you just fuck each other already? It's like, alright. So they pretty much figure out close enough to each other's plans. This one dude's like, yeah, I'm gonna get turned into a turkey. Marine dude, it's like, alright. Trying to make fun of those kind of like war kind of movies where they like get called away and they have those emotional kind of things with like this instance's pregnant wife and all that. It's like it kind of was funny, but it needed a little bit more execution wise and even content wise to really kind of get there, because it was almost to the point of like observing what those things were doing more than actually either saying something or making fun of it or being like, okay, this could be heartfelt or whatnot. It's like, alright. So him and the rest of his buddies get pretty much turned into turkeys and swallow these fucking pill things because it tells you who they are and what DNA they use to like turn you back from turkey to person. One dude's kind of freaking out because the turkeys can see 270 degrees, like, fucking weird, man, eyeball shit. Well, Rick and Morty turn themselves into turkeys. They get themselves inserted into the Marine cohort, taking out 2 of the other turkeys. The president's like, I'm gonna fucking do this myself. Gets turned into a turkey, and there's like this pardon pen, and they start fighting each other. The president gets his knocked out, and they take another turkey and turn him into the president. It's just like, alright. The thing is, Rick and Morty has done a better kind of path of doing the believability kind of thing, where you could suspend your disbelief to a certain extent. You're just like, alright. Never mind the fact that that would probably fuck this creature up if you just randomly inserted the president's genetic like material into it, because it still kind of has some turkey stuff, but everybody's like, oh yeah, it's the president. It's like, granted, there has been signs of stupidity. It's just like, that might be a little bit more. It's like, alright, fine, whatever. So the rest of the turkeys are like, Rick Sanchez in there. Right, fuck him. So they send him down to the pit below, and their joke here is that FDR took the polio vaccine and it turned him into a spider dude. And that they've just kept him down there, feeding him turkeys that they haven't pardoned. They are able to kill Spider FDR, but it's just like, alright. And with everything going on and everything going on with vaccines, it's just like, okay, you need to be a little bit more careful with this. I mean, I don't mean that you should be like, that it's off limits or whatnot, but I'm just like, turn you into a spider dude? Like, why? It's just almost like, what's the objective of Is it making fun of FDR? Is it making fun of FDR worship? Is it making fun of vaccines? Is it making fun of trying to make a vaccine with like spider DNA? It's just a lot of shit that just randomly pops up, and I'm like, all right. But Rick and Morty turn back into their humanoid forms, and Rick's like, yeah, I'll turn you back into a human so we can kind of like fucking deal with this. They got back to they tried to get into the Congress where Turkey president is like, yeah, we're gonna do all this shit. And he's like turning turkeys into people with like 1,000% power, and they're like jacked up motherfucking turkeys. And he's like, yeah, Congress likes my ass, doesn't like your ass, you fuck nut. So they're terrorists. Go after them. They like get on a bike. They go to the Smith's house, and they're trying to figure out what's going on. But they decide to have Thanksgiving dinner. The president chills out. Rick kind of chills out, and then they find out that he's trying to make more turkeys at the National Mall, and they're like turkey army thing. It's like, oh, all right, okay, go for it. See, the thing is, I don't have a problem with these things individually, but the issue comes in the effect that you feel like it's going this crazy because they expect it to go, like, they think that that's what their audience wants, to escalate it to complete and utter insanity levels. That can work to a certain extent, and the thing is, they need a better job interweaving what's going on here. It's like, I don't mind the turkey pardon thing and the national treasure thing. It's just like, okay, they use one joke that could have been really kind of cool if they just kind of expanded upon, and then they just keep leaping and lumping them together, and they're just not expanding on them like they really have done or really could do. It's like, right? So evidently they work together kind of Independence Day style, because evidently Rick was looking for the crypt of the New World. He's like, yeah, I'm going to show you what's in the crypt of the New World. It's not a treasure or anything. And now our escalation comes to the point that on this Earth, that we don't know which one it is, evidently the Americas were ruled by turkey dinosaurs. And they fucking ate people. Okay. How was this stopped? Well, a spaceship crashed, and we had one side that looked like pilgrims, and one side that looked like Native Americans. And they put aside their differences and hatreds for each other, and fucked up and killed all them damn turkey dinosaurs. And then evidently, the United States gets their pretty much superior tech from this race. From these races. I'm just like, alright, fucking just keep throwing random shit. I mean, fucking hell. We got the Native American ones, for some reason, can summon ass corn. We got the other ones kind of scythy, like motherfuckers rolling through, killing fucking the turkeys. They had issues with the turkeys because they also have like big giant ones. Rick did use a gun to kind of deep fry one of them. That was pretty funny. I like that one. But the thing is, they get out of there. President fights turkey president, kind of mano a mano, wrench to wrench, kind of. And Rick and Morty get sent off to stop the Washington Monument from turning all the turkeys into humanoid super soldiers. Rick tells Morty to laser into it and only cut the blue wire, and Morty's like, they're all fucking blue wires, and then accidentally lasers the Washington Monument in half. And it's just like, alright. They find the president, get him out, and Morty's like, what am I supposed to be? Thankful. Like, alright, because he's trying to deal with the new information that he thought that humans had built up the tech and everything, but they got it from fucking space dudes. It's like, alright. Then the end stinger is that one of the Marines that was turned into a turkey and turned back is dealing with the fallout, and that, yeah, you saved the president's life, you should think he'd be able to, like, afford other stuff. And for some reason, blueberries are knocked down, and the thing is, there was a blueberry thing that was in the kind of pardon pen, and when that was thrown out, there was a turkey kind of feeding frenzy thing going on, and he fucking has turkey flashbacks and starts fucking knocking on him like turkeys while his wife and baby are crying. And I'm just like, alright. I was kind of entertained in what was going on. I don't mind completely absurd situations, but as you keep trying to, like, escalate it, you have to watch out with your suspension of disbelief, because you're going to reach a point where you're like, I don't know, man. or just one thing that's going to kind of break the camel's back, it kind of like takes you out of it. And this, I was just like, alright, I didn't laugh at as much as I kind of wanted to, and I didn't find as much stuff funny as usually I do, and I'm just like, okay, maybe I didn't get most of it. I can acknowledge that. Maybe this episode just wasn't one for me. It's just like, alright, okay. When you're doing seasons, there's some episodes that you just don't fucking connect with, and I didn't really connect with this one. But if you enjoyed it, again, I'm glad for you. That's good. Cool. Awesome. But I just didn't really like this one. So those are my opinions on the episode. Tell me what you guys think in the comments below. If you liked it, if you didn't like it, if you agree with me, if you disagree with me. Also like and subscribe, and I hope you have a good day.